this topic that it's really pissing me off. And I don't know if other artists feel the same way. Me, it's really been bothering me. Especially, I've worked so hard, like, and I see what it is, and I could understand a name to have value, but what type of name, you know? But what I would like to talk about is Hunter Biden, the so-called guy that is producing these paintings, and they say they're selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And it kind of pisses people off. It pisses me off, especially me that I've been painting for 40 years, and I'm still working hard to even try to get 5,000 for a painting. This is one of my paintings, Lucian Floyd. This is one that I completed. But and it's pissing me off. But I want to show you what Hunter Biden is doing, because basically what Hunter Biden is doing is something that people do in jail. And then they sell these paintings, and then he's selling these paintings for $100,000. And I'm gonna make a quick painting there, the same way he does it, to show you what's going on. So in jail, you will have to get your hands on a big pen, right? You will get the ink from the pen. You see, it's got red in there, and then you will take the pen part out, and then you will use this part like a straw. And these are the paintings he's making. These are them right there. So then he would take, let me grab some ink here. Let me get a nice piece of paper. I mean a nice, piece right here, a square piece. Let me see if I can grab one here. And let me see if I can find a piece of blank page. And then I'm going to show you. I find a blank page. I gotta have a blank page down here. Yeah, here you go. Drawings like this. The ink, you would take this out and blow the ink out to get little drops. But we're not going to do that because I already have some ink in here. And we'll do this. You see that? Then you would take the pen, this part. So let's say you're not going to do that. Let's just use this instead. And then he comes and sells it for $100,000. How would you feel if you've been 40 years all your life working to be a good artist, read every freaking book, read maybe hundreds of books, and this guy just steps in and he's selling these paintings for $100,000 and you can't even sell one? Wouldn't that piss you off? But what pisses me off is not that he's making money, but the reason why he's making money. He's using the art to steal money. Like right now, they just... What's this?
But Comer said, "Yep, not done yet. We
They
got a bunch
just
going
put
out
a
here. In addition
subpoena.
to Hunter and Jane and Letter,
A subpoena.
Sarah and Hallie and others, says we also got Hunter Associates, Eric Sherwin, Mervyn Yan. We also got the New York City and China art dealers.
Art dealers. So they're all being subpoenaed to come to court.
Of Hunter. And then Hunter's art patron and major dem donor. Her name is
So
Elizabeth
they're using, he's using art in a way, if the FBI comes to him, where did you get this money from? Oh, I saw this painting. This Chinese guy gave me $500,000 for this painting. That way he can...
The Committee on Oversight and Accountability now issues a subpoena by authority of House of the Representatives.
He can explain where he got the money from. You see what I mean? But it's not really about his art. It's about him stealing money, and it just pisses me off, you know. It should piss a lot of artists off that he's using art, something that's so dear to me, to just come and make money like that under the cover of art to make money. Then he will come, let's say you could even start off like, let's say if I take this painting here, he will start out, let's say that one, well, there's a page. You can paint it blue, the whole page, with watercolor, right? And then you drop the little dots. You come and you drop the little dots, and you would take this and blow through it. You will blow through it, and it will make these type of circles, that type of marking. And so imagine if you hear this guy, you've never heard about this guy ever painting or drawing. You've never heard about that. Yeah, you heard about Hunter Biden, maybe in politics, the son of Biden, but from one day to another, you wake up, Hunter Biden just sold the painting for $100 fucking grand. And then here I am in my house for 40 fucking years, not working, never had a job, dedicated my life to paint, just to paint. And like they say, it's all or nothing. Like you either make it or don't make it. And because that's how it is. And studying all these different artists, books, reading and studying all this literature and all this bullshit. And this fucking guy just comes out and sells a painting for $100 grand. And then shows you this, something that prisoners do in jail. Because this is what people do in jail. They take the big pen, they pull out the inside, the ink, and they'll put little dots, and then with this, they'll start blowing, and they'll put so many of them that it looks like a design. And that's his drawing. It's not even, it's so like low class. It's not even an abstract that he gave it any thought, because these are done every day in prisons all over the place. People do things like that to send to their family members and stuff like that. And it's all the time they do that. So it hurts me, you know, that this fucking guy comes out from nowhere, Hunter Biden, and starts doing this bullshit. Let's take this black one now. Let me take, this. Let's take this ink here. And they would take anything, and they would put little drops like that. They put a lot of them. Usually they will paint give the paper a color, and then they will come in with the straw with this below. You see? Give me 100,000. Here you go. You send this to the gallery. Hey, Pop, I'm creating beautiful art, Dad. Give me $100,000. Okay? Meanwhile, I'm studying everything there is. I'm busting my fucking head. You know? It's into a fucking... it has turned into a big studio. Look at the piece of shit where I live at. Everything has for art. And I'll probably die and I won't be recognizing. My works won't be. Oh, and then look at the thousands of drawings. This is thousands of drawings of watercolor. Thousands that I've done. This fucking guy's 100 grand. So it's enough to piss anybody off that's in the art. That's art that's either in college right now studying hard. Because, artists, we study so damn hard. And then to have someone just do that, it hurts. It really does. And then if you would have just gave an effort, made an effort to, but he didn't even do that. He just basically, I don't know. So that's what he did. So now he's being investigated. Everybody in the galleries, the guy that has the gallery that's selling his work, and his paintings are selling for 100 grand. 100 grand. Which is amazing. I can't.
Telling him,
they've been subpoenaed, so
deposition at the Congressional Rayburn House.
Now they're going to be on the oath. I wonder if this guy is going to lie, because I could imagine he's had that conversation with his dealer, his art dealer. I don't know. And if he's an art dealer, and if he's doing it, and it's just to have something to show, because that's what he's doing, because that's, oh, I sold 20 of these, and that's the reason why this guy gave me $1 million. He has an art piece. He could even say, oh, he doesn't have it yet, but I'm about to send it to him, and then go and give the guy a call and tell him, listen, if the feds come and ask you why you gave me this amount of money, the feds are on us. They're investigating me and my father. They think that we were stealing money. If they come and ask you, tell them that you purchased a few paintings. Then he gets away with all this shit that he's done, because basically what he was doing is he was selling his father. He was basically pimping his father out. That way they're connected with the Bidens and they can do whatever they're going to do. But it's just very sad that I hate people to. It would. It takes someone that's not even an artist. It would take someone that would do this type of shit. That would do slow down and so dirty. That would do this type of shit. That would try to, Because think about the most expensive thing in life is art. There's nothing more expensive than art. It's priceless, like Mona Lisa's, and it's like paintings. So he can basically say anything, And he was just buying my son's work. It wasn't that we were selling secrets. It wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. I was selling my father. No, selling my work. And that's what he did. And that's what he did. And then these people that are buying his work, I don't know. Would you buy a painting from a guy named Hunter Biden that supposedly he was smoking crack? He's the son of President Biden, and he's a crack user, and he just came out. They have him in pictures with a pipe in his mouth, and besides, he's the son of. Because you're Biden's son, I'm going to give you 100 grand. That's that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You really, even if you're into art, there will have to be a couple of stupid people that they're millionaires and they have bought everything. They don't know what to spend their money on. Oh, it's Biden's work. Let's buy one, darling. They have hundreds of millions of dollars. Let me get 200. Let me get just buy 2 of them. Look at the splash, darling. It's, but, work, an abstract, Lucian Freud, figurative painting that takes schooling, that takes years of practice of getting values right, edges and everything. You know, uh, you know, no, it pisses me off. But I just thought I mentioned that. And I thought the reason I mentioned that is maybe he'll hear this video and he'll stop doing what he's doing, because, I mean, it's all that artists, the only thing that artists have is art. That's all we have is just that. I mean, and then to have someone dirty it like that, you know, you know, it's not nice. It's not very nice. I drink coffee. So what are you gonna do, right? So let me see if I heat this up. Drink the rest of this coffee. Yeah, it's just annoying how, and you hear it every now and then. You know, he's always actors. You had this guy painting. You had Bush, the president, doing portraits now. It's like it's fucking. But I mean, at least Bush, the paintings he's doing, you know, they look a lot better and they're thought out, and it's, you know. And who else? The other actor, Jim Carrey, or the other one, even this other actor is just pisses me off. I mean, ain't you already making money in acting? You're gonna come now and, you know, they just get in there and they sell this shit because who they are and their name. And it's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I really tell you, I really don't know what to think anymore. Well, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours painting after painting, shitty paintings after shitty paintings, thousands of fucking paintings, and garbage, 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 garbage. This fucking guy comes out, fucking smoking crack, spending the money he stole from, goes to those places with his dad, and meanwhile they do this in jail. It's embarrassing because they do this in jail. They do that, and when they send letters to their girlfriends and stuff. Usually they'll do a couple of these in the envelope to make the envelope look nice. They'll put little dots, and then they'll take a straw or take a pen, pull the insides out, and blow that, or take the paper, put some water in the ink, get a lighter, and then put the darker circles, and do these little designs that you get. Because basically there's one picture here, the one that he did. It's fucking ridiculous when I see this. The one so that paint works like that. They won't be worth anything. They won't be worth anything. And they'll look back, oh, well, who was he? Oh, Biden's son. Yeah, who was this guy here? Oh, this guy was a guy that went through so much. He was 40 years painting, trying to work his way up to making it where he wanted to go, make it, and only towards the end, he, you know, He'll be there. And go searching for your memos, your journals. Does anything good come out the Bronx? You got Al Pacino, you got a lot of actors that have come out the Bronx. A great painter. What the hell is that painting I was just watching? What the? Oh, there it goes. Oh my God, this is so weird. Look at this. So basically, the way this is done here is, you see those, okay, these are the big dots. And then the little ones that they're just little dots, right? So the way he did that is he would take the paper. Let me turn it upside down. He would take the paper and get watercolor. And he, watch this. And he will wet it with the paint. I'm going to show you. I want to get paint that that's already. He would take this. And then he would do this before he does the big drops. I want to show you how he does that. Then let me go get this part now. Then he comes and he does this. You see the dots? Those are the dots that you see here. Then after that dries, then he'll take the pen that he took out the ink from the inside and he'll put little dots. Let me get the Nuditors. As a matter of fact, I have some Nuditors red. Let me see, this is Nuditors red. Come over here. Then he'll do this. Then he'll blow through this. And you see, but this was wet, but it's supposed to be dry to get more of the results that I got before here. You see the results there? You see those results there? But if the paper's wet, then you'll get something like that. But then these little white spots are basically the background of what he did. And basically, like I said, that's what they do in jail. All prisoners do that in jail. So, and he's selling that for $100,000. He comes. He said, President Binder, let me sign my name. Close the gallery. Then he can tell the people, the feds, well, where did you get all this money? Well, I sell paintings. You go back and call them and say, listen, it's fishy that you gave me money and you're from China. Got the feds on me now. So just tell them that you bought this drawing, this painting from me. And he dirties the whole art scene, the whole thing. Stains it. Because he has no appreciation for art. He has no love for art. You know, he doesn't have what I have, 40 years, 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know? He doesn't have that. That little thing that you continue to push, thinking that maybe you'll be recognized for it, maybe something in the end. You know? you'll be able to be compared to all those other great painters like Van Gogh, Lucien Floyd, Francis Bacon, Andy Warhol, all these other painters. My mark is going to be recognized. Right? And it's weird when people like this just show up in the art market and just, that is so crazy. And then I wonder away with it. Like now those people that were subpoenaed to go to court, like what are they going to say under oath? I mean, they can't lie because if they lie, which they lie, they're going to lie anyway. What's the favorite word that these people usually use that they can't get you? I don't remember. Well, I don't remember. I don't remember. Did Hunter Biden, did he, what year did he buy this painting? And what year did you sell that painting to such and such person? Because that's where they're going to get him. That's where they're going to get him. Oh, you got the money when? Was you selling art at that time? Oh, how the hell did they know about you at that time? That's how they have to look for it. Because there's a date when he started that they started, he got with that gallery that they started selling his work. But he's been stealing money way longer than that. He just thought that towards the end, he said, well, he's smart too. He's smart. Well, what could I do? What could I do? He's seen it. He's seen it. How many people he's been around that have purchased art? Did you pay that much for that? So, well, you know what? I'll do a couple of drawings and sell it for this much, and that'll cover my ass. Did I pull out that?
Comer is digging into it. He's trying to get to the bottom of it. In fact, he sent subpoenas. We already know Hunter Biden got a subpoena and others. But today we wake up and George S. Burgess, the art dealer, the guy who houses all of Hunter's so-called artwork, also gets a subpoena is an art buyer, along with two other business associates from the Biden crime family. Comer says, we're not done yet. We're going to hear reaction from him, and we'll see what the White House has to say about it before Byron Donalds issues a warning to the Biden crime family and Hunter in particular. But Comer said, yep, not done yet. A bunch going out here. In addition to Hunter and James and letters to Sarah and Hallie and others, says we also got Hunter Biden's
in the face of all great
Sherwin,
painters
Mervyn Yan. We also got the New York City and China art dealer known as George S. Burgess, the artist, host of Hunter. And then Hunter's art patron.
I know that gallery.
Major Den donor. Her name is Elizabeth Naftali. And so all of those got subpoenas. And this is what they look like. So we take a look at the first one. Let's go to Mr. Burgess himself, the artist who helps Hunter, saying the Committee on Oversight and Accountability now issues a subpoena by authority of House of the Representatives, Congress of these United States, to Burgess. You must appear for a deposition at the Congressional
I understand it doesn't matter
on December 15th, 2023.
what you paint or how you paint it. It's who you know.
And we'll be looking forward to seeing what he has to say. Signed by James Comer, U.S. House of Representatives. Same story goes to Elizabeth Hurst Naftali. Subpoena, this one for 12/1, December 1st, bright and early in the month of December. We've got two other subpoenas that went out. This one was to Eric Sherwin, who is the associate for the Biden crime family. He's got a depot scheduled for 12/19. Man, Congress is going to be busy. And then finally, the last one went out
What's
to
the matter, boo?
Jan, the other business associate. He's scheduled for 12/4.
What's the matter? What's wrong?
And so
Okay, I gave you food. I don't know what more. I gave you food. I gave you water.
Explains what's happening here. There
Boo
is
boo.
a pattern. This is what Comer had to say in his explanation.
House Oversight and Accountability Committee.
Go over there, Buck.
James Comer is with us. Sir, how are you? You know, I asked you a while back, I said, at what point do you think it's going to be appropriate to start sending out subpoenas? And you said you wanted to get all your ducks in a row. You wanted to follow all these suspicious activity reports.
The way he would cover his ass, he would push shell companies up, companies that have to do with oil. He tried, but not.
Now we can bring the buyers. How many shell corporations have you been able to discover through your investigation that the Biden family had over 20.
He doesn't own. He doesn't.
James Biden, I'm not
He
sure
doesn't.
exactly what
He
his
doesn't have gas. He doesn't sell oil. He
We're
doesn't.
confident that these businesses do not produce a good service, and we really have no
You know.
idea
But it's a
what
name
especially considering the fact
that
they
gets
were doing
through.
this without any
You know what I mean? That when they see wire transfers of that amount of money, and they see, oh, it's going to a shell company. Okay, yeah, that's normal. You know, shell company, that's normal. That's the type of transactions that these companies do. You know, but if you put President Biden, what the hell's going on here from China to America? I mean,
Let me
what
go
the,
through the timeline of Burisma. We know that Hunter
what
admitted
a-
on GMA that he had no.
they still all these people. When remember when we saw Hillary and she said that she was broke. We're broke. We're leaving the White House. We're broke. And they just did a thing. They found out she was saying, we got 90% of my charity. I give it to my charity. 90% of the money goes to charities. And then when they checked, it was only 5.6% went to charities.
As you just mentioned,
Bullshit.
it's breaking, so I don't have this information in front of me. I'm just hearing from you.
And this,
Certainly, I will refer you to any of the personal
lady
representatives on
here.
this, on your question. But I will have to say something that I've said many times.
Well, I think
This
she's
is
a
an
man.
investigation that
She's the
has been
first,
going on
the
for
House
over a year
Speaker
now
that
and
happens
has
to
turned
be
up zero
a
evidence
trans,
of wrongdoing by the
a
president.
trans. You can look it up in
There is
Google.
that,
Everybody
but
knows it.
Republicans continue to double down on a baseless,
She was born a man, but now
smear
she's
campaign
a
against the
woman.
president and his family.
All right, baseless. We know that word means usually true. So Kareem's doing the same thing. Doesn't have much information. Referring to someone else. Congress not buying. This is Representative Russell Fry from South Carolina. He's saying we've got a lot to go on. We're just taking our time. And we've talked
Yeah,
about
but
this timeline. When will
what,
it crest? When will we see
we're taking our
the full
time. We're
capacity
taking our
of
time.
the Republican
I
investigation come to the
mean,
climax?
like, why don't you
Hopefully,
start
it's
the
not too soon
impeachments already?
before it can have
What?
maximum impact during the election. Because why? They're going to be doing the same thing. They've got the March 3rd trial for the Day 6 case. They want the May classified documents case. Fannie may have her RICO case somewhere in there. Time will tell. But here's Russell
There's so
Fry
many
explaining
stuff.
they've got an alternative strategy.
Everything that we've done up to this point for 10 months has been the culmination, step by step, crossing every T, dotting every I, and now subpoenas are finally released. And so the Biden family is going to be spending a lot of time through Thanksgiving and the Christmas holiday in front of the House Oversight Committee.
Yeah, a winter of depositions and stench with Hunter Biden walking into the Congress.
Congressman,
These
according to
people
a press
talk you to
release here, the
death.
Biden family and their business associates
They
and their
just talk us
companies
to
have
death.
received over $24 million from
Wow.
foreign nationals over the course of approximately 5
Wow.
years. That's a ton of money, including
24
millions
million.
China, Russia, Ukraine, Romania,
Russia,
Kazakhstan. I mean, who's
Ukraine.
I think that's the big question is what
What
services
the hell's
they
going
get.
on? I wonder why the situation in Ukraine is still going on. All these billions are being sent over there. Maybe could there be like somebody over there, listen, just make sure that, that money, I'm going to approve it, but just make sure a little percent of that money, goes in your bank, to my name, they steal money. It's only plain way. I mean, we just continue to print more money. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by anything. We just print some more. That's it. So, but who cares? It's only play money. So, Donald Trump keeps saying that this country has the most oil from every country, Saudi Arabia, all those places. We have more oil than all those people. Why am we not using it? Why am we not using it? Why are we just buying oil if we can drill our own oil? From Iraq, those other countries, and use their oil. And then when they have no more oil, then we'll start drilling for our stuff. But it makes more sense, just buy it. Buy the oil worth anything. That's why if I was one of those people, the king, said, I don't want your money, I want gold. Don't give me no money, give me gold. Excuse me, sir? No, I don't want money, I want gold. I want you to pay with gold. Then they'll be fucked. because they won't want to do that. They won't want to do that. Pay me with gold. I don't want your fucking monopoly money. But they continue to buy oil from all these different places and continue to buy to make gasoline. Go over there, go over there. Get up on my ass. I fed you already, gave you water. You wanna come up here? Huh? If I put you up there, you're gonna have to stay there. Come on. Come on. I'm not taking you out. No, I'm not taking you out. I'm not taking you out. So, what's this? What the hell is that? But, yeah. So now this guy's starting to use art. And that's when I have to say something about it. You know, I have to come up and say something about it. I don't think others are aware of what he's doing, but when I saw the type of art that he was putting out, I said, what the fuck is that? I said, that's what they do in prison. That's what they do in prison. They take a big pen. They take the big pen. They take the ballpoint part out. They blow that ink out and make little dots. And then the other plastic part of the pen, they go right on top and blow and get those little designs. And you got two pens, a blue one and a red one, and you got two colors. As a matter of fact, you got three colors. You can make purple, and you can, can do a lot, So, then when I started hearing these things, and when I heard the gallery that the stuff was in, that I to that gallery a few times, and I mean, I've never asked for them to see if they take my work, but I don't know, that's this fucking guy, man, I swear to God. But everything is over now, because now they have to answer to all that, And I won, well, definitely they're going to get, because, come on. Let's see what happens. I don't think nothing is going to happen. Believe me, nothing is going to happen. You see, the feds, they have, everybody has their group of guys, The feds that are working now to get Biden, those are the ones that are more for the other team. Each team has their own group of feds to go after, That's what they do. And they go after each other. And everything. And income tax, they have their little group of people. Now Hillary's been in office for 30 years. Imagine a person that's been in office for 30 years. Knows the whole layer. I mean, that's why this guy Trump has so much problems. I mean, this woman has met so many politicians. Even the whole Hollywood was defending her. You know how many banquets and dinner parties that Hollywood have gone with this woman? People from Hollywood have called her. Listen, I'm trying to get my son in Harvard. Can you, get my daughter in there? And then Hollywood comes out and tells you, well, you got to vote this way. Which I stay completely out of that, My work is international. Frida's husband, those murals that he did, about politics and everything. He had a whole lot of problems with that. Even Rockefeller tried to take down that mural that he did in Radio City Music Hall on the wall. He didn't want to bring it down, but he had to bring it down. They told him to leave, and they tore it down. They tore it down. But, they'll come and look at all the books, all the journals, and they'll read through everything. And when they get into my story, it's going to be really interesting. This is new to this, and I gotta get another black, but I can't get another. I can't get black. I can't get black. I can't really get black. Another box like that. Can I have another box? Oh yeah, it's right here. What color is that? Oh, that's blue. And this is what I have left in black. Then I have, that's blue. Then I have a black that I made. I think I had a black that I made somewhere. I don't know what I put it, but I had a black that I made. Oh well. But, excuse me, let me put this in.
Things did you build or widgets did you create?
Yeah,
My
some
estimation is
coffee.
nothing, because we haven't seen anything from the Biden administration, from the family, that leads us to believe that. We've seen transactions, particularly transactions most troubling from overseas, where it's kind of laundered through multiple companies before it ultimately ends into the direct pocket of Joe Biden himself.
Direct
All right, so they're
pocket.
digging into it, crossing the T's, dotting the I's.
Dotting the
Biden
I's.
also has a little bit of a warning over for the Biden family. Here's what he says.
They've now been subpoenaed by Congress. So if they choose to ignore a congressional subpoena, there are legal remedies for that. I would not recommend that to Hunter Biden or to Jim Biden or anybody else in the Biden family. If they believe that
these are
what we're saying
studies.
is false, well, then there's an opportunity to come and prove that and actually discuss that, whether it's going to be through depositions
These
or whether
little
it's going to be
studies.
through testimonies to the committee or
You
whether it's
gotta
going to be
go
in
over
open
here.
committee hearings. They can make that case very clearly. So if they have nothing to hide, I don't
What
know
the
what the
hell
problem
is-
is. I think what's going to happen is we're going to try to get some transcribed interviews with several people surrounding the Biden family who are either been tied into some of these accountings, money has moved to them or through some of their bank accounts. We want to be able to do that and then cooperate that information with bank records and financial documents that we have gone through the process of gaining access to. And so I think that's going to take probably a couple of weeks to a month to sift through all that, because people are going to need their time to do this work, being very careful, being very precise, wanting to make sure that we get the record absolutely correct.
Nice. So we'll see if they get any progress made. They've got a bunch of depositions scheduled. Subpoenas have gone out to a whole slew of
This
people.
guy
We had
pisses
3
me
yesterday,
off,
4
man.
more today, all going after the Biden crime family and their associates. And the question will be, do they show up? If they do show up, do they
I was
plead the
surprised,
fifth?
man.
And
No
Hunter
artist
says,
has
"I got an open criminal
spoke up
case right
about
now.
that.
I'm not talking about anything." Or the Biden
I
crime
wonder
family
if-
saying, James Biden saying,
I
"You
think
got
I'm
an
the
open
only
criminal
artist
case,
that
right? I was
kinda
under investigation by the FBI."
was
Problem
really
is, if they
pissed
do
off
that,
by
then
that.
people can rightfully turn around and say, well, I thought you said it was innocent. I thought these were just loans. And maybe the right to remain silent
Just
is not
innocent. They
useful
were
in a
just
criminal
loans.
court. Like legally, you can't use a person invoking their right to remain silent against them.
this was,
But you could
what
infer
is this?
guilt in a civil case, and of course, the American public can clearly benefit of the
Trump?
any due process at all. And you know the deal. And the Biden crime.
You're not gonna eat your. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna put more water in here. Oh, I can probably use a cup to fill that up real quick. I'm gonna make some bacon, guys. But my work, I'm gonna start moving. You see, paintings, there's no, it takes years, you know, a combination of things. that make a great artist. And and every hand is different. You know, every hand is different. The amount of pressure that you apply when you use the brush. I'm a lefty. A lefty. They say the best artists are lefties. Da Vinci was a lefty. All the greatest painters were lefties. The Mona Lisa, the way, all those paintings were left-handed. But a right-handed can. Because the lefty uses the right side of the brain, which is the artistic side. Let's put this on. I wonder if I'm gonna hit this and get this. What is the damn spoon? I'm gonna take this. What is it? Okay, use this. You know what I could do? I could do that. I could do this. I could do this. Then I do this. Okay, I was putting coffee in here. But like they say with art, it's all or nothing. It's you work and you might not make it. You know, the thing about art is they would love to make it while they're alive and get to enjoy it a little bit. Like Luce and Floyd, even though, you know, enjoy it, you know. Give me a nice studio in Manhattan with big windows over there on 57th Street, around there, somewhere around that area. I got a couple of studios over there, and produce a couple of good paintings. The thing is, it has to have something. These paintings, you gotta have some bravado. It has to have everything has been so. Put this over here. Oh Lord Jesus. This machine leaks more than why is it going over there? Why are you doing that? Why is this machine so stupid? Okay. Look at that. Coffee with coffee ice. Holy shit. I'll just spit them out. Let me put this over here. But when I heard that story, man, that really got to me. I was like, what? When I heard that. President Hunter Biden sold us. I was like, what? Motherfucker. I think I do something, I don't know. And then when I saw it, I was like, I think I've seen that before. Well, that's what they do in jail. In the fucking day room. angels. I was reading a book about men, but those demons that he had under his power, that they built the temple and had it under the. Matter of fact, they had it in Solomon Temple where they had the Ark of the Covenant. Matter of fact, this book should have a picture of the Ark of the Covenant. This book is. You're supposed to have this book, I think. There's a demon that has to do just with art. This is the Ark of the Covenant. But the funny thing about this book, when I found this book, and I'm in the Bronx. I mean, to find this book in the Bronx is really crazy. There's all these notes in here. I was walking. If you can tell, this book, it was burnt, but it survived the fire. The whole building burnt, and this book happened to make it. And I was walking, and those metal containers that they put in front of buildings when they're throwing stuff out, they're cleaning it out. This book happened to be laying right on the top, but then you see the burn, that it's been burned. It's been burned. But it survived. When I looked at it, I was like, this has to do with masonry, masons and stuff like that. Oh, this is it. This is where they would put the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, that's wrong. Back in the days, these books, people were not allowed to even read these books. You wouldn't even see these books. For me, I like to read a little bit of everything. I don't like books. Just like I had to read the Book of Thomas, the Book of Enoch, Gospel of Mary Magdalene, the Torah, the Toma, the Book of the Dead by the Tibets, the Emerald Tablets, the Book of Enoch. You go through this thing in your life where you search and search. You want to find the answers to life, its meaning. These weird dreams, these markings. What is the purpose? What is the reason? What was it all for? Look at the St. Paul. My name is Paul. St. Paul. There's so much more to. No, like I said, I wouldn't have a problem with Hunter Biden if it was just art and he was doing it for the right reasons, but it's not for that. I mean, you know it in your heart that it's not for that. You know it. So what was he doing? He was doing these little drops and then like blowing in a fucking storm. How the fuck did he get from that to doing that? Or, I mean, you would think that someone would, if it's gonna get into art, the first thing you do is buy paints, brushes, and I remember when I first got into art. I've been painting since I've been 16, but I remember the day that I went and purchased the art supplies. And I said to myself, does this make me an artist? Because I bought the art supplies? Am I an artist now? So no, I'm not an artist yet. I'm not an artist yet. And then when you have no money, that you cannot go to a school and basically everything is done the other way. You have to learn the hard way. You have to learn from books or learn from looking at paintings. Go into the Metropolitan and just go there and look at these paintings and stare at them for hours. Well, not for hours, but maybe 20, 30 minutes. And try to understand the work and how it was done and then copy them and to get a better understanding of what was the artist trying to do here. But then the thing about schools is that if you go to art school, you don't just go to art school to be an artist, like the teacher, because you don't want to just paint like the teacher. You're there to paint, but you're there to paint how you want to paint. Some people go to these art schools because they want to paint like David Lafell. But there can only be one David Lafell. You see what I mean? You can't have... So then everybody starts painting the same, and they all start painting like David Lafell, and everybody's like, oh, wow, great. But try to sell that. You're not going to go nowhere painting like David Lafell. I mean, you go to school to learn the fundamentals, the simple things, and then you pick up whatever you know and add it to your work. You see what I mean? That's how art is, you know. It's a good teacher would, because a lot of students sometimes they'll get so tunnel vision where they can't. And then if you get painting too much like the teacher, then you can never get rid of that. You know, so you just want to stay there long enough that you're going to learn the principles, what you need to learn, like, you know, that way you can apply it to your work, to the way you paint. That's, you know, that's the correct way of doing things. Yes, but this thing here, I thought I'd share that with this book because I'm so shocked with this book when I found this book. And that book about Solomon, I was like so shocked about that story. But this way, I think it's people go to these schools and workshops and they study under these people and it's like, oh, well, you know, and then they come out painting like, you know, it's like, oh wow, look at my work. It's like, yeah, but there can only be one David Lafell. There can only be one. You gotta either be your own person, come up with your own signature style, and try to find what that is. And once you find it and you search for it, and then you have to develop it, and that takes time. A painting that's done like a Biden, it's so cold, so hollow, so no feeling. It's exactly what that is. Even Pollock, the painter that did the drip paintings, I mean, there's, it's not just drips. This guy basically, there was a technique, there was a method to his madness, how he spread that paint down. And in the beginning, I didn't understand what it was, you know, but it looked like a drop cloth from that people put when they go paint an apartment, and these drop cloth has all this painting on it. That's what Pollock's work look like. But when you start studying it, you study the paintings and you get an appreciation for the work, and then you understand, what's going on there. So let's see what happens. What are they gonna tell these guys when they subpoena Hunter Biden? I mean, what I want is the gallery owners. Like, what are they fucking gonna say? What are they gonna say? They're gonna get caught. What I want is the art up, the stealing that's been going on. How you stole the government and you want to use art to clean, for this man to even think that he can do that. It really is. But and I wonder if they subpoena him because he's president. He doesn't have to appear. I think he has to appear. He can just pardon himself, right? He said, no, don't go. I'm going to pardon you. I don't know how that works. I don't know, but whatever does happen, I don't know. Maybe somebody will see this video and kind of say, you know what? You're right. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't use art to try to, hide the money that he's been stealing, It's not right. Look at this guy. You know who that is, right? Look at this Van Gogh right here. This Van Gogh. This buddy guy here. I used to put him somewhere. I don't know where. Put him somewhere. I don't know how the hell this guy. Put him over here. Put him right here. Oh, look at him over here. That's Van Gogh right there. This is my writer. Good to have stuff like this where you should just continue to practice. I have the lighter. I don't know what to do with my lighter. Oh, there it goes. Oh shit. You could believe this, I can let this the other way around. How the hell that happened? This thing doesn't have a filter? But what the hell happened to the filter in that thing? Shit. What the hell? Did I pull it? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I think I'm going insane. Hold on. Wasn't there a pack of cigarettes around here somewhere? I think I had a pack of cigarettes somewhere. Oh shit. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, I got one. But I like to know. Let me throw these away. You know what this is? Right here. You guys. You know what this is? That's cotton water. Breaking the paper down. So I can produce my own paper. Okay. Now it's too no good. Okay, that can be put away for now. Just let that sit there. Okay, and So he's going to be subpoenaed. And I wonder, because President Biden, I mean, he's not going to show up. He's not. Hunter Biden, he'll probably have to show up, but the president himself, I don't think he. It's good coffee. It's Spanish coffee. So, like I said, what is this? Oh, this is a good book, a good art book. Everybody should read this book. But this book sometimes. What the hell? I just have something. Okay. Oh, this doesn't belong there. That doesn't belong there. Let me get this out of here. I wonder why these books are here. These books do not belong here. Been there for so long. This is I'm like at that guy's this guy's work. Now you look at works like this from Sargent, his watercolors. When I first got into oil painting, I asked a lot of artists at the art student league, "You think I should get into watercolor?" And they were like, "No, don't do it. And I was like, "But why?" It's a hard medium. It's very hard. Everyone that I asked, they told me that I shouldn't even attempt to do it. But then I kept, when I studied Sargent, and I saw that Sargent did watercolor, and he did oils. I said, why am I not going to do it? Look at Sargent. All his watercolors. And I said, let me study Sargent. He did it. And so I thought maybe it would add to my oil painting. It would add to my looseness. And it would teach me to not be so tight with my oil work. You see this? I did a copy. This is my copy. I did this one in. This is the one I did. But so then I said, let me do it. Then I did. And then I realized I was not able to apply it to watercolor, because watercolor is very different compared to oil painting. Oil painting, you have to mix white with colors and to get your primaries, your secondaries, your trails. Watercolor is not like that. Watercolor is basically using one color, and the more water you put, the lighter it is. And that's basically it. There is white, Chinese white, that you could use, but then it won't be as transparent. And then, but then also in Sargent, he also used gouache, because in some of his paintings, you notice there's markings in his work that you see hints of gouache. So I don't know if it was that Chinese white. Well, he would use Waterman, that paper Waterman. It was, you see this here? You see that? That's gouache. So I bought gouache, and I started mixing. Let me see, where's the... Okay, this is the gouache here. This. Then I wanted to get the colors that he probably would have used, which were these type of tubes. Okay, these are the exact tubes that he used. And I started trying to, and I got into it. And I mean, the years just went by crazy. Next thing I know, it's been 15 years and I still suck at it. And then, and you would do so many bad paintings because watercolors make a mark. It's not like oil paint that you can just paint over it and cover it up and fix it, keep fixing it, keep painting over it until you get it right. Watercolors, once you put that mark down, you can probably lift up on that color, make it lighter where you won't see as much of that color. But if you come back now and add another color and make a second mistake, now you're gonna, after a while, it's not gonna look good. So, and it's these moments will go through. You'll go through moments that 5 years will pass, another 5 more years, and you'll get these moments of like of a light bulb, like things will come to you, bing, and you're like, oh, oh. So the thing, when you're trying to copy a painter, you'll make a lot more mistakes because you're trying to copy and you're trying to get all the marks the same. But when you're just doing something from that's never been done before, it's your own painting, it's going to be fresh because how you make and how you put that mark down, and when you think how light or how dark that mark has to be, you decide. It's not like I'm copying, so this mark has to be a little darker, has to, so you make more mistakes. But when you're making your own works in watercolor and you're not copying, that's when things become better and you make less mistakes. But in the beginning, the way artists, we copy to learn, it's how we, and sometimes your work might not look as good as, their work. But I said I have to try watercolor because if Sargent did it, and was very good at it, so I have to do it. So now you continue to waste years of your shit. Oh shit! Didn't I do that? Look at that shit. So you're gonna have to. So you're gonna have to. Pull it off. Shoulder. Shoulder. Shoulders not right. And then in the beginning, abstract to me seemed so easy. It's too easy. It was too quick and too easy. Not enough feeling. Not enough, you know. This is where it's going to be soon. At that point, I really don't care. I really don't give a fuck. Okay, Jesus. When the devil tempted him, God, so do not tempt the Lord. That's the only part in the Bible that he states that he's God. I picked that up when I read that. Do not tempt God. He said, why don't you jump? and your angels were coming. He said, don't you doubt. He said, don't doubt God. The falling angels. The best colors, the best painting. I noticed when Metropolitan, I used to go there, I noticed that all these great paintings from great painters, the colors are always basically simple. 3 colors. Doesn't have a lot of different colors. Your primaries, maybe secondaries, but very simple. Reds, blues, and yellows. And when you look at those paintings, when you go to the Metropolitan, everybody's there. Rembrandt, Sargent, Van Gogh, Gauguin. And the security guy, he's like, sir, you okay? Sir, you came so close to paint. Sir, you've been here 45 minutes, sir. You gotta move away from the paint, sir. Other people want to look at the painting, sir. And I spoke to that fucking security. I said, dude, why don't you just leave me alone? He was like, you're a painter? I said, yeah, I'm a painter. Yeah. He was like, so every time I come here, I just leave so angry. And he was like, why? Why would you leave so angry? Because my work does not, I'm not at this level yet. I think I was maybe in my 30s at that time. Man, you shouldn't make yourself feel bad about that. Guy was around his 50s at the time, 40. I paint abstract and I don't feel that way. Let's see. Yeah. He was happy with how far he's gone so far. And they humble you when you go in front of a Rembrandt or Sargent. These paintings humble you. They make you feel real small. And you study them and you look at them. And you go to your house and look them up. There has to be so much more to a painter also. I mean, there's so much combination of the making of an artist. It's like it was meant to happen from the very beginning. It was meant to happen from the very beginning. And you start thinking, and you go back to thinking of certain things that you did that you did not even know anything about art, but that you decided to. I think I remember when, okay, I'll tell you this one story. I was 7 years old, and I was in my mother's room, and she was grooming her hair, brushing her hair. And for some reason, I decided to grab an envelope that was there from a letter. An envelope. Regular envelope, like this. And then I grabbed one of her eyebrow pencils, which in those times they were red. But they were very soft, so you had to, after you draw with those pencils, you had to put very light pressure because it will break the tip. So then I grabbed the eyebrow pencil and I started drawing her, my mother, drawing her. And I'm looking at her and she's drawing, she got this beautiful brown hair. And then, and we're Spanish, but my mother looks very Jewish. I look very white. But beautiful brown hair with waves. So I'm drawing these hair with the waves, and then I grabbed the foundation, and she had a little jar of foundation for the. It looked like flesh to me. That was like when I saw that, I was like, oh, I can use that for flesh. I can use that for the flesh. And I took it with my finger and I put the flesh. Then I saw the lipstick. Oh, that's my lips. The lipstick grabbed some red. When you know it, I had a. And she turned around and looked to see what I was doing. There was a there of her. And it's like, I mean, like crazy stuff like that. Crazy stuff like that. It's like from the very beginning. And then I remember that day I decided to grab some 2x4s and I made an A-frame. I had no art supplies. I think I was maybe 8, 9. And I just had to put this A-frame in the room. And I don't know where the hell did I thought or pick that up. Anything about art. But I grabbed it and I made this A-frame. Then later on, a few people picked it up and wants to. Then I would characters. But it's like, and then I always like when you think about things, how things are. Then in my arm, I'm a lefty. I'm a lefty. In my arm, in the middle part of my arm, I have a birthmark that no one sees. It's in the inside of my arm. It's a circle, like a marking, like the mark of Cain or some shit. And I always look at that marking and touch it and just, why do I have this birthmark there and some weird shit and that I need to draw. It's like I'm being possessed, you know, I don't know, some weird shit. Then I was like so bad at it. I was so bad at it. And it wasn't that I was bad at it. The works were good. But for me, there was nothing that was good enough for me because I was so picky about everything. Everything had to be so, you know. You spend hours and hours. Go get a prostitute. Get a bottle of wine and just have her sit there and sketch. Oh, you want to fuck me? No, I don't want to fuck you. I just want to paint you in this. Here's $50. Lay there and let me paint you. It's crazy. You got this fucking guy Biden. I serious. It really pissed me off. Really pissed me off by people like that do stuff like that. Look at that. Artists. There's nothing more beautiful than art. Just put you in such a mood. There's paintings, certain paintings that I love, and I sometimes wonder to myself, I hope they're not fucking up those paintings. I hope they're safe. These rich people, they buy these paintings just to sit on them. And one of these paintings by Van Gogh sold, I think, for 40 million. I think now they're worth like 120 million. Just like I said, there's a combination of things that are happening in these people's lives. There's a whole lot of facets things that are going on. It's like the title of this video, The Making of an Artist. Making of a shit artist. What? Let me see this. Hold up. Did that video finish already? Finish. Well, this guy really is so stupid. And then to leave your laptop in a computer repair shop, how stupid can you be? Where you have pictures of you with girls getting high. How stupid can you be? Oh my God. Like, what the fuck? What are you thinking? Francis Bacon. Loose and fly. Francis Bacon. You know what's also fun about these people when you go and you read about them and you look into them and you learn about them, who they were. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. The last artist, I guess, that from New York, like that you can compare to me, I guess, Sebastian, the one that hung out with Andy Warhol. He was homeless. I've been homeless. He's done drugs. I've done drugs. He's been through hell. I've been through hell. All the makings of an interesting artist. But and when you look at the story about this guy, what he went through, and sad, very sad. So his mother was crazy, in a crazy hospital. He loved his mother. All he had was his mother, and very creative. It has bravado. It has feeling. You hear the sirens in the background. I remember sometimes that when you think about, they say that artists, when they go through things in life, through situations, it's the best time for them to paint is when that's bullshit. I remember when I was going through a lot of shit, I was not able to not make a mark. I completely shut down. And that's so bullshit. The blue period would be cut. That's all bullshit. I was not able to make not one mark, put anything down. But I was still painting. Even when I wasn't painting, I was painting. Because as I walk and I look up at trees and I look at the sky, I'm evaluating everything so different. My values, what I see, is so much deeper than what a person that doesn't paint, that's not into art, is saying. Because I'm looking for values that are so much more lighter than what the average person will be able to pick up. As I'm walking, I'm just walking down the street, just glancing at the trees and glancing at the leaves, and looking at all these different greens and clouds and blues and purples and violets. Looking. The thing about New York is to get, what I notice about New York for artists, it's hard being an artist in New York. It's not like being in Europe. everything is so much different. The cement, everything is so much harsher, so much harder. It's an abstract. It's an abstraction of so much things. When I look to here, you look far down. It's like Rome, Europe. You go and you look at these beautiful buildings and statues all over the place. You're like, how to capture all this and make it just as beautiful as Europe. These square boxes, squares. Here's a square. I got this viewfinder over here. This is a special viewfinder here. I had the other one. I don't know where. You see, you capture all these blocks. Your perspective, your 2-point perspectives. You got to squint your eyes because there's so much you're looking at this when you look at this image, and it's too much information to gather, to put down. So you want to simplify what you're looking at. So you squint your eyes, and now as I squint my eyes, I only see 3 shapes and 4 shapes. Those buildings over there, 1 shape. This building, 1 shape. That back building, and then the other building. But now, I have 5 squares, 5 shapes. But what makes the buildings is the shadow and the light. So now all I see is dark and light. Shadow. So all the details are gone. So all I have to capture is my shadows. My shadows. And capture the shapes that you're looking at, and you have the whole drawing there. Instead of trying to capture, look at this landscape and capture, okay, this window, that window. No, forget about windows. Look at the biggest shapes. Start from your biggest shapes. Okay? And squint your eyes. When you squint your eyes, you don't see so many windows, but you still see what you see when you're not squinting. Simplify things. I had a cup of coffee somewhere. I think I had a couple things over there. But this is I dedicated a lot of time to that watercolor thinking, but oil painting it's I already got as far as it's like I've already mastered watercolor. I guess maybe when I did the watercolor, I needed another challenge to challenge myself. I said, well, okay. And everybody was saying, oh, don't get into watercolor. It's the biggest mistake you'll make because it's a hard medium. Yeah, it was hard. It was very hard. Did it add to anything in my oil paint? Yes, it did. It did. It did. It did. With coffee grinds. And what is that in the floor? The phone number 929. Who the hell is this? 1909. Who the fuck is this? I'll put this number somewhere because if I wrote it down, it's because I think that's my number. So, well, regardless, whatever you decide to do in life, whatever it is, if you decide to get a job, a 9 to 5, and because I mean, I worked also, but I knew that for me to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish, art is something that takes Google years. I mean, they say 2,000 hours and you're a master, but art is something that takes a lot more because there's so many different things about art that you have to learn. And the thing about you can get caught up in a where you keep looking for more to learn more, and you have to just move away because artists you're never going to stop learning art. You're going to continue to learn all the way till you die. It's always something you can learn. I learn things every day. You know, well, I learned that a long time ago. But there's always things you can learn. You know, but you gotta prepare yourself. What kind of artist and like they say, it's all or nothing. And then you gotta. Sometimes you don't have the right, people that are gonna back you up. Because if you have people that are not gonna encourage you to do better at it, you're fighting that also, and you'll have people that'll come and tell you that you suck at it. That they see that you're not gonna. But how many painters have that you suck at it and turn out that later on they turn out to be great painters? So you cannot let yourself get discouraged because anyone tells you you're not good enough, or forget about what they say. The love of just doing something for the love of it, because you love it. It's in your passion, it's in your heart. You make yourself happy when you know and you've gotten better. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go and remember, whatever you want to do in life, apply yourself. And if you don't, and things. Forget about the Ferrari, forget about the Porsche, forget about the girl. Life is life goes so fast. It's a spark, and it's done. Have kids. That's one thing. Kids are beautiful. I would never change that. Watching my kids grow up, that was like the biggest gift in my life was watching my kids grow up. I would never change that for nothing in the world. Watch them go to school and stuff like that. There's nothing better than that. But if you want to be an artist, you want to be a basketball player, a baseball player, you gotta dribble that ball a million times before you can play for the NBA. Dribble it. Because you might find yourself playing for the NBA. people that said you couldn't do it. But you're doing it for yourself. But that's what life is. And when people like this guy, Hunter Biden, they come and they dirty my thing, the thing that I love most, is art, and put blemish on it, it's really pisses me off. So bye for now, take care, bye-bye.